But yeah, I think I'm just gonna like hop around the Koronus Expanse map for a bit, just to see how things kind of play out with this DLC, because I'd really just like to play the DLC for a bit before we do other stuff. It's supposed to be woven seamlessly into the game, I think, though, so this also might be one of those things where like we're kind of at a stopping point now, and then we got to go do other stuff, and that means I have to reacquaint myself with what the other stuff is, kind of thing. She's at the officer deck. Is this the... No, do we have... Is that something on my ship? Is that like... Is that a different place? I feel like we're on the officer deck now, but let's just like triple check. There's no like... No, apparently I have an officer... What? I have a who? All right, I was on the bridge. The who's deck? We have a what now? When did my ship get to be so large? There are things I didn't even know we had on the ship that all of a sudden we have all this time. Okay. So who's here? Oh wait, this is just a cutscene. We're not a cutscene, like we can't move kind of thing. Like I can't bring up the map because it's, you know what I mean?
Are you ready to step into the labyrinth, Domin?
Where are we going?
This is the ritual of binding. By the Undying One's will, our fates are now as one. But I must still guide you into the maze of my mind. Although it is my predestination alone to walk its corridors in search of answers, your image must become part of the tangle. For I am your shadow, Domin, and your presence will aid me in sensing whatever threats may be looming over you.
What is this all on the floor?
Instructions, directions, a depiction of the puzzle that can only be solved within one's own consciousness by following its bends and turnings. I do not require these lines to find my way, but for you, they will serve as a guiding thread.
All right, I'm ready.
Your weapon for the ritual. Watch the lines on the floor. You can only pass through the gaps. The rest, you need not know.
Oh,
Enter
okay.
the labyrinth, Domin.
Y'all, let's enter the labyrinth together. Dun, 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 dun. This is cool. This is so cool, Tess! Oh my god, I love this so much.
You are now upon the path. Your shadow now walks the labyrinth, and my gaze can now see when danger draws near you.
Her breathing is steady and there's no change in her solemn expression. Her lips continue moving for a while, her eyes tracing the lines on the floor. Can you tell me what this really was? The true meaning of the rite?
You are not required to understand. You have joined the ritual. That will suffice.
I didn't... I only seek to understand why this matters to you, to understand you.
Understand me?
Yeah.
Why, Domin? My fate is preordained, and our places assigned. We both must serve the Undying One, as his design foretells. But if such is indeed your wish, my path of service to the Undying Emperor is one of many twists and pitfalls. Every mind is fraught with weakness, and only by honing it tirelessly can one achieve focus and prime one's perception. I envision the tenets of the web as a maze of tangles and dead ends. Each time I go into a trance, be it one of the soul or of battle, I walk this path from beginning to end. And now that you're a part of it, you will be there with me when next I enter the labyrinth.
As many twists and pitfalls, every mind is fraught with weakness, and only by honing it tirelessly. Huh. So she says she envisions the tenets of the web as a maze. I wonder if everybody does, or if that's like her specifically. I go into a trance. I walk this path from beginning to end, so now we'll be part of it with her.
You may deem it strange. You live in a world so far removed from my own that such rituals must seem absurd to you. I am sure I would find your rituals equally mystifying.
She permits herself to smile in the very corners of her mouth. A spark of flustered curiosity lights up her normally aloof gaze. To an outside observer, what happened here would have looked like an ordinary fight, but your senses grasp something more. They allow you to perceive a fragile bond that has formed between the two of you in the midst of this blade dance. It's as if Kibellah's mind has opened up, reached out to yours, and acquainted itself with it. A surprising display of power and direction for someone who possesses no psychic abilities, or appears to be unaware of their own gift. Why rituals? What do you mean?
You are empowered by the will of the Undying One himself. And yet, when I look at your life, I am surprised. You follow a different thread. One that does not seem as strict to your thoughts and deeds. There is so much luster.
Y'all, Tess has luster to her. Would you like to see my world? You've allowed me to witness your ritual. It's only fair I show you mine. Yeah, would you like to see my world?
To partake in one of your ceremonies? Returning the courtesy. That is how you say it up here, isn't it? I will await your invitation. The labyrinth has accepted you. We have danced amid the crossing lines and minds, and by the dance, we are now bound.
I have to go talk to the high factotum. Oh, no. Okay. Cool. That was really well done. Oh my goodness, I loved that so much. Oh, this is really cool how they're doing this and like how you're getting to understand her, but not just her, but like the cult overall. And like, I don't know, death cults, these guys are intense, and I do like the way that they're portraying all of it. And I like that she is such a good companion in that she's willing to learn and let you learn from her. And like, you can see how she has like those automatic reactions that are generally like, my guess is just par for the course for the cult. But now you can kind of explain yourself to her and then start to learn a little bit more, which is really cool. I'd like to introduce Kibellah to some of the custom practices among people of my stature. Show her what life is like on the upper deck, so to speak. Your ladyship, it is most courteous, but what exactly did you have in mind? A warp translation ritual, officer report meeting, warp translation ritual. I doubt our navigator, Master Helmsman, would be thrilled. Your ladyship, do you justice. I will see what can be arranged. Do not worry for a single moment. I promise to find the most suitable approach. I'll contact you the moment I have something to offer. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Wait for the high factotum to deliver. So what do we have? Contracts, right? We got this. This stuff. Oh, complete contract. Yay. I don't have it. Oh, complete people. Okay, and isn't there somebody that like needs me? We can kind of like start heading that way. Errands. A new ruler. Complete a development project of the highest difficulty in any colony. Right, he's doing that. Play. Oh, ritual. Right. I need to go to the Crone world. So maybe we'll head over to the Crone world. Did we know where that was located? Oh no. Where's the Crone world? I am gonna do a save here because that just seems like a smart option. Is it? Like, is it? Is that what, like, is it the name of the system? Hidden in the eye of a warp storm. What secret does the planets? Okay. Let me see. This. Where did this point to? That's that. I got to see if the Crone world itself. as... Oh, what are you? Right, that's my protectorate. I have... that. Choo-choo. Because it should say, right, where you have, like, quests waiting for you. But I don't want to miss... Oh, right, we have, like... Oh, no, did I go the wrong way? We were here. These are all uncharted, though. Wait, what is that? Within rumor proximity... Oh, no, that would have been cool. But I have... Okay, so I think we gotta go back this way, and then I'm gonna see, like, if we hop here, and then... Is this... There's that. Uncharted. So many Uncharted systems. Hold on one second. Y'all, LOL. We were already there. It's here. Okay. What? Is this? Okay, I was heading back. I think I did that right. We'll find out. But yeah, it says it's in the thing that we were already in. I think. So we'll find out. Right. 2 warp travels. While we go through this. Oh! So this, we can do this now normally, like whenever we want. I didn't know they also forced it on you. Or not forced, but like they showed it to you. That's really cool, actually. I'm happy they did that. What's... Oh? My God. Marzai is going to be so jealous. What the fudge? Like, literally, what? Sarback, how could you have let this happen? An assassination attempt on the rogue trader in her own chambers right under the nose of your enforcers? The Master-at-Arms radiates grim fury. Her eyes dark, her lips pursed. With a practiced hand, she removes the maul from her belt and offers it to you. An unforgivable error. I accept full responsibility and ask for due punishment. I want an explanation, not vain, chastisement. Put that weapon away and report. I'm curious who's here. So that's interesting. Like, I'm just curious, like, what companions decided to weigh in on this. Sarback hesitates for a moment before putting them all away. Understood, Lord Captain, reporting. All adjacent decks have been isolated. We've begun our search for the culprit and have set up investigation headquarters on the officer's deck. The substance has been analyzed, confirmed to be the blood containing traces of major mutations. While it poses no risk of infection to your ladyship, the very presence of such genetic aberration on board is a serious threat to the safety of the ship. Must be addressed. Once word of this gets out, many among the crew will surely see it as a brazen challenge of your status. What genetic aberration? The heresy of a mutation. Mutants are vicious beasts who sow only ruin and death. They're devoid of all humanity, and the vile blood that runs through their veins feeds their unclean thoughts and urges. Numerous accounts speak of entire colonies falling prey to blood uprisings staged by these creatures, all because their governors were too squeamish to order genetic purges. You don't say! I wonder why somebody we don't consider human and exterminate by the thousands would think to revolt. What a crazy mystery. Alas, the Imperium's enemies are not limited only to those within its midst. Mutants can become a considerable threat, especially when given the chance to organize. The heretics have revealed themselves and are eager to fight? Then we fight! Fight we shall! Let the vessel be purged in their filth. Could this be an assassination attempt? They would have filled the bath with acid or poison. They could have filled then they would have filled the bath with acid or poison instead. There are easier ways to kill someone than drowning them in blood, as foul as that may be. What do you intend to do next? As one, every enforcer present gets on their knees. Look, Captain, this incident has cast a shadow on our honor. We only ask for one thing, a chance to absolve ourselves of our guilt. Allow me to head to the officer's deck at once so we may lead the investigation personally. What is this? You told Abelard that with your coming power and established procedures within... Oh, okay. Lord Captain, on a previous occasion, it was your intervention that resolves the matter that my own rigidity had only succeeded in making worse. With all due respect to Mistress Sarback, perhaps she would benefit from your fresh perspective. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Wait, really? That's so cool. Seneschal, do you think so little of me that you would rob me of a chance to defend my honor? I will handle the investigation myself. If they wish to challenge me, then I shall take matters into my own hands. I'm curious to see my master arms in action. I'll preside over the investigation. I want answers. I will take no part in this investigation. No. I'm curious to see what you're like in action. I'm going to preside over it. Of course, Lord Captain. I'll arrange for an area befitting your status prepared at the officer's deck. Yeah, let's do that. Uh-huh. All right. Barzai, they tried to kill me. Do you have a comment on that? Not really.
Rogue trader.
No, nobody cares that I almost died by blood. That was so cool. Here I am thinking like we're gonna have to just like go do Cassius quest or something like that. Not that that's a bad thing, because I mean I really do want to at some point. But oh no. Oh no. We got something more. We gotta go preside over this now. I'm very curious to see what happens. Oh. The amount of like cutscenes that we've seen so far in this DLC has been incredible. And they're all so well done. Oh, I can't wait to see what's next. Like this DLC is incredible already. And it only makes me more excited to see what comes, like the next DLC is that they've already talked about. I'm very curious to see who that companion's going to be and what that's going to be like. Let's see. We should be... Sarback barks at the officers gathered before you. Her ladyship, the rogue trader, seemed fit to honor us with her presence in order to monitor the course of the investigation. I'm just curious who's sitting here. They won't let Marzai sit with us? That's kind of funny. I'm guessing this would be another companion seat if it wasn't him. You are expected to perform your duties immaculately and report your every step to me. Should any of your actions bring shame to the enforcers, you will answer to me personally. Lord Captain, the 3 officers before you have been tasked with conducting the investigation. Captain Klein is a veteran with a record of quelled uprisings of mutant abominations in the colonies. Captain Ginevri is young, but she's already preempted several mutinies along the ship's rabble. Lastly, Captain Harakko is his interrogation skills deserve credit. He knows how to instill fear and respect firmly in the minds of riffraff. Your illustrious glory made you famous far beyond the bounds of your home system. You notice the enforcers exchange a few astounded glances and throw their shoulders back. Apparently, they are not used to standing so close to a figure as renowned as you. After carefully assessing the officers bearing their uniforms, Abelard nods with satisfaction. Their drilling is good. Their service records are excellent. Let's see how they perform in the field. I cannot help but notice that you all looks of awe. What are your is my presence going to distract you from your duties? On the contrary, your ladyship, your presence inspires us. The captain's cheeks redden. Your ladyship, I do hope you not take this as insolence, but I am a great admirer of yours. I've read the fictionalized account of your deeds many times. I'm flattered. So they write stories about me? Of course, I have it right here. She offers you a worn tome with somewhat embellished portrait view on the cover. Oh, you can correct them. No. Leave your signature on the end sheet. May it remind you of this meeting. She accepts the tome gingerly as if it were a relic touched by the Emperor himself. Sarback murderous glances at Ginevri's frantic expression of gratitude. Does that take care of the pleasantries? Then let us return to the attempt on the Lord Captain's life. What are your findings? We discovered a worker's corpse, mutilated and desiccated. We are looking into the man's identity and position, but the Churgeon's report has confirmed that among all the blood that was pumped into your bath chamber, the blood carrying the mutations was indeed his. The workers from the nearby decks have all been checked for genetic aberration, but the mutation identified are all within the norm for laboring masses. They're being rounded up for interrogation as we speak. Even taking into account neighboring decks only, constitutes hundreds of people. How do you plan to question them all? Our interrogation techniques are broad and varied. However, nothing loosens the tongue like corporal punishment, beatings, mutilation, torture, public execution. Sarback almost purrs as she lists off the ways to make people suffer. When combined with psychological pressure, such methods work wonders. Mars. You have a thing to say? Drops his bored expression and tilts his head to the side, looking at Sarback. This one is intriguing, Tessera. Lend her to me to play with after you have dealt with your wounded pride. It seems we have some common ground to explore. It's inhumane. I order you to immediately cease using these barbaric methods. Fine approach. I approve. I am delighted to hear that, Lord Captain. It is always a pleasure to meet a connoisseur of the craft. I mean, I feel like at this point, Tess is like, this is who we are. Do you have any working theories? The mutants are plotting. They've been breeding like void rats, so they're getting cocky. Must have wanted to infect your ladyship with the plague. It wasn't an attempt on the Lord Captain's life. It was a threat. Rabble are planning a revolt. So they're trying to terrorize us. Soon you will drown in blood. Insurgents pride themselves on such metaphors. Meanwhile, Captain Hrotko is convinced that it was the work of Voigtvir's cunning cultists. However, I believe this is to be a warning rather than a threat. We need to establish what we need to establish is who is trying to warn us and of what. Interesting hypothesis, but I doubt that it is simple, Mr. Sarback. Grant me access to the investigation files. I have my own thoughts. Of course, Master Interrogator. What do you propose we investigate first? The body. Once we have ascertained the dead man's identity, we'll be able to locate his associates and narrow down the number of suspects. Yes, your ladyship. I'm almost done. As soon as it's ready, I'll deliver it to you. While we wait for Klein to report back, please enjoy the refreshments. What? Oh, no. Oh, no, but we flirted. Is he the bad? He can't be the bad guy. We flirted. A pair of enforcers with battered faces is escorting Infernus Master Enric Montag. His lip busted, his knuckles are grazed and covered with blood, and there's a chewed-up IO stick between his teeth. One of the enforcers drones nasally. We apprehended him while he was trying to break through the detained rabble. Got into a scuffle. We barely managed to restrain the troublemaker. He demanded an audience with you. Oh, that's fine. He adjusts his clothes and approaches confidently. What do your enforcers think they're doing? Why are you assaulting my people, denying them water like they're criminals? You've got teenagers and elderly folk. They're all ordinary workers. They've done nothing wrong. No. What do you think you're doing? Attacking my people? Chastising me in front of the Lord Captain? Get out before I have you charged. He looks up at you. Your ladyship, I ask you please protect the servants from this abuse. Okay. The funny thing, I didn't... I think it's interesting because when she said she was gonna like beat people, stuff like that, like I thought it was just gonna be the people that she was interrogating, not the obvious people that it wasn't, which is very interesting. Explain yourselves. The enforcers are reveling in their impunity, treating the crew like cattle, especially my clan. Many in their custody are dying of thirst or injuries. My sister and niece are in there too. I don't expect them to be exempted from an investigation, but I'm begging you to put an end to the assaults. Mara's eye stifles Leon. Beatings and starvation. Hideous. It's too boring for him. It's not even that it's happening. It's just too boring for him. I love this man. And that is what procedure demands. Intimidation loosens tongues. Torment erodes seditionaries' will. Rabble are to know only awe and terror. The void take your procedures. These are not seditionaries. They serve the dynasty, just like you and I. Did any of them confess anything useful? Nothing important, or indeed worthy of your attention. You detect a slight hesitation before the reply. There's something you're not being told. I'm interested in any and all statements, even outlandish ones. Outlandish ones? One of the Inferni was found to be missing his pass to the room housing the worklog cogitator. Losing such a pass is a serious offense, but the scoundrel claims an enforcer took it from him. He couldn't specify the name and rank of the enforcer, but he did give a description. A man, tall, blonde hair. Obviously, he's lying. He either lost it or sold it for a bottle of rot gut. Heinrich makes a note on his data slate. There are more convincing ways to exploitating oneself than making up some mysterious enforcer stealing passes. This incident should not be forgotten. It might be connected to the case. You know who that sounds like? Mr. I'm playing the flute from my mother's hip bone. Alright, cease the beatings immediately. People should be provided rations and water. I would not dare disobey your ladyship's orders. Thank you. We won't forget your mercy. He gestures at a disheveled young woman and a short-haired girl in her teens. Both are dressed in utility coveralls and smeared with soot. Lord Captain, let me introduce my sister Nemi and my niece Mia. Ladies, you should thank the Lord Captain for helping you. Hello, Your Majesty. Thank you for the food and water and for not letting them chop our hands off. That would have left us a little short-handed. Nemi laughs awkwardly. Oh, Mia snorts and elbows Nemi in the ribs. It's your ladyship, and don't make jokes when you're so terrible at them. Do you want the Lord Captain to change her mind and send you back? Ardenta smiles warmly. A feisty one, isn't she? She has the spirit of a true sister of battle, but when I look at her family, I'm glad she has someone to take care of her. and that the Emperor did not call her to serve him with the weapons of fire. How did they end up in the hands of the enforcers? My status as a senior officer exempted me from being arrested, but that same privilege did not extend to them. They were taken along with the rest of the clan. They were acting horribly. They were hitting people in the head and the ribs. They didn't care if someone fought back or not. Nemesis would never allow that. Mia elbows her again. Shh. If they hear his name, they'll get angry again. Nemesis, you say? I wonder who that is. She lowers her eyes in fear. No one, just a hero from a tale my grandfather used to tell me when I was little. That's enough, Nemi. You're not a child anymore, so stop bothering people with those silly rhymes. Forgive my sister, Lord Captain. That was inappropriate. Abelard sighs wearily. Nemesis, your ladyship, is a folk vigilante from Voidsman legend. Every few years, some hothead declares himself Nemesis. Always meets a sticky end, as do the foolish ones enough to believe in his ravings. The seneschal levels a meaningful look at Nemi, who shrinks away. You have a fine family. Thank you, Lord Captain. They're all I live for. And thanks to you, the people most important to me are now safe. I like this man a little too much. I can't be mean to him. Chat. I called you guys chat again. Listen, you're just chat right now, all right? Listen, whatever this man wants, even if he's the one that made an attempt on our life, he's exempt, whatever, we'll say no problem. We appreciate it or something. I don't know, but I just can't find it in me to be mean to him right now, and I don't know what that says about me. Captain Klein snaps to attention. Identifying the victim has proven impossible. His face has been smashed in and his body is badly maimed. There are too many wounds to determine the exact cause of death. Presumably he died after the killer slit his throat. That's how they drained his blood. No external signs of mutation were found. In other words, we have nothing, Klein. This isn't a report, it's a declaration of our incompetence before the Lord Captain. You will keep digging around inside that corpse until you produce some results. Ginevri looks at Klein with sympathy. She clearly cares about him, but does not wish to trample on her comrade's honor with words of comfort. Hrotko regards Klein with a contemptuous smirk while Klein scowls. No external signs of mutations, you say? What about internal? Performing an autopsy was inadvisable due to the danger of contaminating the area with genetic aberration. You see a flash of genuine horror in Klein's eyes before his gaze turns glassy. You've seen that look before in the eyes of other veterans. It's the expression of someone reliving painful memories that have left behind deep scars. They cannot hope to overcome such trauma on their own. They need help, or a partner, or perhaps some strong emotional stimulus. It would seem that I had exaggerated the opinion. No. I've heard that Medicaid officers ought to perform autopsies in pairs. One cuts out the body and the other records the findings. You should get a partner, Klein. According to the regulation, one enforcer is required for this duty. However, your ladyship's proposal is reasonable. Do you have someone in specific in mind? Ginevri would be an excellent choice. You catch Ginevri's grateful look and then watch as she smiles encouragingly at Klein. Come on, Klein. You better teach the greenhorns how to carve up a mutant. I'll grab us a pair of respirators to make sure we don't catch anything.